Hi, welcome or welcome back. Today, I just wanted to run through a problem using the epsilon delta or precise definition of a limit. To be honest, I told myself I was not going to do something with this definition because it's kind of gross and I don't like it. But here we are. Let's just get into it before I change my mind. So, starting with this definition, we're going to break a few things apart in order to use for later. So, I'm going to start first with this chunk right here. I have that absolute value of x minus a is strictly less than delta. Ignore my ugly deltas. So if I broke that apart, I'd have that negative delta is less than x minus a, which is strictly less than delta. And then I could add the a to both sides. So then I'd have a minus delta is less than x, which is less than a plus delta. All right, awesome. So that's that chunk there. So from the other side of this piece here, having that 0 is strictly less than the absolute value of x minus a. I do know that x is not equal to a, right? Because if x were equal to a, then it would be 0. So it can't be strictly greater than 0 and 0 at the same time, right? Then we're also going to use this piece here, and we're going to break it apart and kind of break it down the same way that we did this delta. We're almost ready to start the problem, I promise. Okay, so I got the absolute value of f of x minus L strictly less than epsilon. Again, just opening up that absolute value. Now I'm just going to add the L to both sides, and I have that f of x is in between L minus epsilon and epsilon plus L. So now I have everything from the definition here, and I'm going to go ahead and extract what I have from the problem, what's given down here. I have that f of x is equal to 4x minus 7, L is equal to 1, and a is equal to 2, coming from a here, f of x here, and L here. Now we have our cast of characters, so let's jump into it. We're first going to use this piece here, but instead of L's and epsilons and f of x's, I am going to plug in everything I know. So I got 1, which is L, minus epsilon, which is 0.5. It's less than f of x for x minus 7, and then epsilon 0.5 again, and L is 1 again. So let's just clean it up. I got 1.5 here, adding 7 to each side. I'm going to add 7 and divide by 4 in one step, only because I don't have any space, as usual. So let's just go ahead and do it all at once. I got 1.875 on this side and 2.125 on this side. And this is coming from that piece in the purple. All right, let's go and do the delta side. And we're going to do this piece in the blue. So I have A, which is 2 minus delta, which I'm trying to find, 2 plus delta. So now I can combine these two pieces, right? So I know that x is in between 1.875 and 2.125. So I'm going to go ahead and set each of these sides equal to these. So I'm getting 2 minus delta is equal to 1.875. And I'm also getting 2 plus delta is equal to 2.125. Then I get on this side, delta equals 0.125, delta equals 0.125. So my answer for this one is delta is equal to 0.125. So now we can go ahead and do that with the second piece of this problem, which is just changing epsilon from 0.5 to 0.1. All right, so still leveraging what we have above, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing using L minus epsilon, f of x, and then epsilon plus L. So I got 4x minus 7 is in between 0.9 and 1.1. We'll add the 7 and divide by the 4 all in one step again, just for space. Now I'm ready to once again plug that into the delta equation. So I have 2 minus delta x, 2 plus delta. So now this side will go here, and this piece will go here. So I have that 2 minus delta equals 1.975, and 2 plus delta equals 2.025. And on both sides, I have delta is equal to 0.025. And this side as well. So I know that for this one, delta is equal to 0.025. Again, ignoring my ugly deltas. All right. So as you can see, when we made epsilon smaller, going from zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.1, my delta also became smaller. And you can do this with a smaller and smaller epsilon to your heart's desire. But I just wanted to roll through one of these really quickly in case anybody had any questions about how we can actually apply this precise definition of a limit, or as I like to call it, the epsilon delta definition of a limit. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or you would like me to go over a specific problem, please leave it in the comments. I'd be happy to do a video or a short about it. If you found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks so much. Bye.